Greetings, hi, TheWarOwl greets you, and welcome to Quick Tips. The tips so quick I didn't even show the intro. This time we're going to be covering the smokes, flashes, and Molotovs that you can throw as a terrorist in order to take B site on Inferno. First, we have the smokes. The first smoke is to block off the passageway to CT spawn. You need to throw this one when entering the site. Stand in the corner in front of the woodpile. Line up with the chimney and move up until you line up with the black cord. If you don't want it to bounce off the roof, which takes extra time and alerts the enemy, adjust it a little bit by moving up and to the left. This smoke prevents rotators from preventing your entrance into the site, as well as smokes off a player who usually plays right where it goes off. That's like a common spot. Remember that sometimes this player who gets smoked there, instead of rotating through connector, will force through the smoke and try to push you, probably by throwing a flash. So be very mindful of that. The next smoke is for spools. This prevents CTs both from playing spools as well as rotating from construction into the site to prevent a bomb plant. To throw, stand in the corner by this other wood pile. Aim at the left thing sticking out of this antenna. Move up until you line up with the bottom of this crack in the masonry, and throw. As you see, the spool player can now only see if he jumps all the way to the very top of it, so watch out for a player doing that, but nobody from construction can see through here. Next, we have the flashes. Let's say you haven't taken banana control yet. Banana is sort of a staging area for a B site take. A good flash to throw is one that goes over the top of the covered area. They won't see it coming, so you can throw it from any number of places. It's pretty intuitive. It'll be very hard to avoid. The next flashes you can throw are over this wall when you enter into the site. Yes, it's not too tricky. It makes sense to just throw a flash over the top of the wall, make it go off inside of the site as low as possible. It's very difficult to see these flashes coming. Make sure that you don't throw them too far into the site. You can control this by bouncing it against the roof, or even throwing it with like a right-click throw and then doing a running jump. There's any number of ways that you can do this. I suggest like practicing it with a friend. Have a friend play inside of the site, throw these flashes until he says, hey, I'm flashed. If you want to specifically flash out a player playing at oranges, which we'll talk about Molotoving in a second, you can throw the flash actually onto the top of the roof there. It should pop flash them if they're standing at a specific side. Of course, they're facing that way, so it's an easy one to avoid, but at the same time, if it hits them, you've taken that player out of commission as you push into the site. Now we move on to the Molotovs. By this point, we've smoked off one of the banana players, and we only have one guy somewhere inside of the site to deal with. Common spots include oranges and New Box. Let's set them on fire! To Molotov off oranges, simply stand at the back tire area of this car, look at the tiny little point at the top of the antenna, aim a little bit up, and then do a jump throw. Let go as you're jumping upwards, like right as you're jumping upwards. It'll bounce off the skybox, perfectly Molotov it. Players cannot stand there or they will die. It's a perfect opportunity to kill a player exiting that spot. To Molotov off New Box, stand at the second pillar, or third if you consider that thing, whatever, the second and a half pillar. Aim at the top of the second fence plank from the fence post, and just throw. It's very simple. This Molotov will burn out New Box. You can also smoke this spot if you want to the same way, but it makes more sense to use a Molotov here. No wonder this map is called Inferno. Ha! Fire. Thank you very much for watching. I am TheWarOwl, and I now have no closer, 'cause I gave it away!